In the bustling heart of Lumen City, where life rushed by in a whirlwind of ambition and aspiration, stood Amara Bennett, a young entrepreneur with dreams as vast as the skyline that framed her apartment. Each day, she wove through throngs of hurried people, all seemingly in pursuit of elusive treasures just out of reach. Yet Amara's fascination with wealth was not rooted in luxury. To her, money was a tangible reflection of her connection to the world, a pulse that beat in rhythm with the universe. Amara had delved deep into the realms of meditation and mindfulness, exploring ancient philosophies that promised clarity and control over one's thoughts. In those tranquil moments, she felt a surge of power, visions illuminating her mind like the glimmering lights of the city at night. But when she opened her eyes to the chaotic world around her, everything changed. Money felt like a specter, scarce, unstable, and capricious, operating under its own set of enigmatic rules. Bills piled up like heavy stones, investments faltered with the unpredictability of a storm, and opportunities slipped through her fingers like grains of sand. The fear of scarcity loomed large, a shadow that whispered doubts into her soul. Unexpected expenses emerged like unwelcome guests. Medical emergencies rose like tidal waves, and market fluctuations felt like invisible hands ready to strike. Amara had conquered her inner landscape, yet the external world loomed as a daunting adversary. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Amara sat on her balcony, her gaze lost in the sea of twinkling lights that stretched across the city. Doubt churned within her chest, a tempest of anxiety. In a hushed voice, she began to murmur to herself, "I am willing to surrender and release the belief that I am helpless in the face of money. I'm willing to let go of fear and embrace abundance." As her words reverberated in the stillness, she felt a shift deep within her. She began to understand that the essence of money, opportunity and prosperity, was a mirror reflecting her internal beliefs. If she could infuse her higher consciousness into her relationship with money, she could bridge the chasm between her meditative mastery and her daily life. With newfound resolve, Amara dared to take a bold step. She penned a letter, not to a bank, not to investors, but directly to money itself. "I love you, money. I accept your love. I am ready to receive your gifts." At first, the words felt foreign, almost sacrilegious. Raised to believe that money was a corrupting force, she hesitated. But as she repeated the phrases, joy began to bubble within her, an unfamiliar lightness, a sense of flow. Money, she realized, was not an enemy, but a vital part of life's intricate dance, a circulatory system of abundance meant to animate creativity. The next morning, Amara stepped onto the bustling streets with a renewed perspective. Every passerby, every exchange, became a reflection of her internal state. Fear of loss faded, replaced by a vivid visualization of a river of abundance flowing through her life. As if by magic, small opportunities emerged. A client who had previously ignored her emails suddenly responded. A mentor reached out offering guidance, and unexpected checks arrived. Gifts of acknowledgement for her past efforts. Amara learned that money mirrored her deepest beliefs. Doubt birthed obstacles, while acceptance opened the floodgates to abundance. She established a daily ritual, speaking to money with love, surrendering her resistance, and reveling in the joy of receiving as though it were already hers. Months passed, and her business thrived, not just in financial metrics, but in impact. She became a beacon of hope in Lumen City, funding scholarships for young innovators, granting support to local artists, and uplifting her family in ways she once deemed impossible. The more she exuded love for money, the more it echoed back in ever-expanding waves of prosperity. One serene evening, as she basked in the golden glow of the sunset from her rooftop, Amara whispered, "Money is not separate from me. It is the river of creation flowing through my life. I am its steward, its receiver, and its creator." From that moment onward, Amara cast aside her fears regarding money. She embraced the understanding that true wealth was not about accumulation or possession, but about harmony, love, and the conscious flow of abundance into her life. and the lives of others. And as her joy radiated into the world, the people of Lumen City began to take notice. Her newfound perspective became infectious, illuminating the shadows of scarcity. Slowly, others began to see money, not as an uncontrollable force, but as a reflection of their consciousness, eager to be embraced, loved, and integrated into their lives.